for the welfare of societies and just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants who you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us, here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and for those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Honorable members, I confirm that we have quorum to proceed with the orders of the day. Clerks, read the orders of the day.
Order number 1, registration of vote.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Honorable members, there will be a speaker's kamkunji after the rise of this sitting. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Mohammed Omar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to give a report and a response to statement sought by Honorable Daniel Kimuyu on the status of recruitment of beneficiary into the Social Health Insurance and Social Health Authority. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Jonas Solomon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we have a notice of motion, regulation and licensing of power saw operators within the county. Aware that Article 69, 1.
Mheshimiwa Solomon,
So,
just take your seat for. Next.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Honorable Mohammed Omar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to give a notable motion on adoption and approval of the report in response to the statement sought by Honorable Daniel Kimuyu on a status on recruitment and beneficiary into the Social Health Insurance Social Health Authority. That the pursuant to the provision of the Standing Order number 61 and Standing Order number 211-6, this Third County Assembly adopt and approve the report of the Select Committee on Health and Sanitation Service in a response to the statement sought by Honorable Daniel Kimuyu on the status of recruitment and beneficiary into the Social Health Insurance Social Health Authority, SHISHA, scheme laid on the table of this House on Wednesday, 5th November 2025, morning sitting number 098 and its recommendation thereof. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Jonas Solomon.
thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this is a notice of motion, regulation and licensing of power saw operators within the county. aware that Article 69(1)(a) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 mandates the state to ensure sustainable exploitation, utilization, management, and conservation of the environment and natural resources, and to ensure the equitable sharing of the accruing benefits. Further aware that the fourth schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 assigns county governments the function of implementing specific national government policies and natural resources and environmental conservation, including forestry. Madam Speaker, concerned that the unregulated operations of power source within the county has significantly contributed to the illegal logging, deforestation, and the degradation of forest ecosystem, particularly in community and public forests such as Kinyeshamvua and Irizi Forest, noting that many power source operators within the county are engaged in indiscriminate logging and timber processing activities without valid licenses, formal training, and adherence to environmental conservation standards, and that these unregulated practices have resulted in extensive destruction of both indigenous and plantation forests. Madam Speaker, therefore, noting that the absence of power operational controls has led to rampant felling of young and protected trees, disruption of wildlife habitats, loss of biodiversity, depletion of water catchment areas, increased soil erosion, and worsening climatic conditions, including prolonged droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns. Recognizing that these environmental consequences threaten not only the ecological balance, but also the livelihood of communities who depend on forest resources for water, firewood, herbal medicines, and sustainable income generation. Further recognizing that the lack of the regulatory and licensing framework at the county level has made it difficult for the Department of Water, Sanitation, Environment, Climate Change, and Natural Resources to monitor, control, and enforce sustainable forest utilization practices. Madam Speaker, now therefore, this third county assembly resolves that the county government, through the Department of Water, Sanitation, Environment, Climate Change, and Natural Resources, develops and submits to this assembly a policy and draft legislation to regulate, register, and license all power source machines operators within the county. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Mheshimiwa Joseph Molega.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to seek a statement on the status of Magonyi Box Culvert. Madam Speaker, sir, in line with parliamentary best practices.
Mheshimiwa Walega, I'm not sir.
Madam Speaker, in line with parliamentary best practices, precedents and conventions, and pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 661 in bracket 1 of the Taita Taveta County Assembly, which relates to order number 7 on statements, a member on this house may seek a statement requiring the provision of information, clarification, or appearance on any substantive issue, circumstance, or matter of concern to the county government, the national government, or any public entity whose mandate relates to the management of services and leadership to the citizens and institutions as provided for under the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and other relevant laws. In view of the foregoing, Madam Speaker, I rise to seek a statement regarding the status of the Magonyi Box Culvert. The project budgeted for in the financial year 2023-2024 was intended to improve connectivity for Magonyi village and the surrounding Mugeno community. The culvert also serves as an essential link to the Mwatate Voi Highway and the local dump site, thereby facilitating transport accessibility and overall socio-economic development within the area. However, Madam Speaker, despite adequate funds having been allocated to the project, 2 financial years have elapsed and the culvert remains incomplete. In line of the above, I urge the chairperson of the Committee on Transport, Roads, Public Works and Infrastructure Development to treat this matter with the urgency and seriousness it deserves and to furnish this honorable house with the following information: the current status of the Magonyi Box Culvert project, the total amount of funds allocated and disbursed to the project to date, the reasons for the delay in the completion of the project, and the expected timeline for its completion and commissioning. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chairperson, Transport, Public Works and Infrastructure Development, comment on the statement and give timelines on when you will report to the House on the statement sought.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa niaba ya kamati ya barabara na miundo misingi, ningeomba siku 7 kamati yangu iweze kupeana majibu kwa ile imeulizwa. Naomba siku 7, Mheshimiwa Spika.
Statement seeker, is the response sufficient?
Yes, Madam Speaker. Yes, Madam Speaker. The response is okay. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Next order. Any honorable member Any honorable member to comment on the statement sought? Honorable Dorcas.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thought maybe I didn't catch your eye, but I'm happy that your eye has managed to catch me, if that is good English. Madam Speaker, I rise here to support the question that has been raised, and I am very concerned as a member for Ronge, having it in mind that the dump site is causing a lot of problems and to the people of Chakaleri, and being that I am their representative. Madam Speaker, that is a very noble question. However, even as the Committee on Public Works sought to give us answers, I'm also requesting that it should be conjoined with the Committee of Environment, because this box culvert was constructed using the FLOCA funds. And up to date, we have not gotten any response in regards to the amount that have been used on that box culvert, and neither how much the county has been receiving. They were here just the other day and questions were being asked, Madam Speaker. I must say that the FLOCA fund is becoming a cash cow for some individuals in this county. Unless we get proper answers, Madam Speaker, I am sorry to say that these are the reasons as to why you'll find some impeachment motions are brought here. And don't be surprised, I rarely support, but on this one, if they joke around with me, I will support this impeachment motion, because anything that is happening within Ronge has to be accounted for. And I mean, public funds have to be accounted for. Donor funds that have been brought to the county government of Taita Taveta equally of no exception for the accountability. And Madam Speaker, I want to finalize my comments by saying that Madam Speaker, that when the forest catches fire, the chameleon must abandon the working style of its ancestors. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I submit.
Mheshimiwa Dorcas, would you like to amend the statement sought?
With your guidance, Madam Speaker, it deems me fit because these are FLOCA funds that have been used. The public works were sort of the technical people, but the fund itself is under FLOCA, which is under the Department of Water, Environment and Sanitation, and where I feel that the two committees must properly give answers to this House. So with the amendment, Madam Speaker, I will sincerely appreciate. Thank you.
Honorable members, I so direct that this statement and response should be handled by the Transport and the Environment Committee. Next, Honorable Omar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Once again, I rise to give up a response to the statement sought by Honorable Joseph Mabishi on status of Mwatate Sub-County Hospital Ambulance. Madam Speaker, the statement was sought on 7th October 2025, morning sitting number 084. The statement seeker sought to be furnished with the information regarding the operational status of the Mwatate Sub-County Hospital Ambulance and the step being taken to ensure the referral service at the facility are carried out sufficiently. The committee engaging the ECM Health Service by the letter dated 8th October 2025, reference to TTCA stroke ADM stroke 3 stroke 22 stroke volume 4 stroke 041 and received as the response to the same by the letter dated 14th October 2025, referenced to TTVT stroke HA stroke CA stroke CECM stroke LET stroke volume A stroke 074. The committee have revealed the response to hereby respond to the statement as follows. One, status of the ambulance. Mwatate Sub-County Hospital ambulance was allocated an ambulance registered number 06CG084A. The ambulance developed a major mechanical breakdown on 24th July 2025 and was subsequently inspected on 25th July 2025. It was later sent to Toyota Kenya Voi for comprehensive repair. The vehicle was presented for post-repair inspection on 3rd October 2025. During this inspection, the Motor Vehicle Inspectorate recommended additional mechanical work to address issues that were not satisfactorily resolved. The ambulance is currently under repair at Toyota Kenya, Madam Speaker. 2, steps taken to ensure effective referral system in Mwatate. While the ambulance 06CG084A remain under repair, the County Health Administration deploy another ambulance registered number 06CG038A to Mwatate Sub-County Hospital on 8th August 2025 to ensure continuity of emergency and referral service. This has been a strategy that the Health Department has been used to ensure continuity of activity across the board when faced with such challenge. Madam Speaker, however, the current situation remains challenging as the sub-county is served by only one ambulance, which reported supporting 21 public health facilities and 10 private facilities. This has led to increase strain on the vehicle and a sharp rise in routine maintenance and operational costs, which are currently being borne by the Mwatate Sub-County Hospital. In view of the foregoing response, the Health Service Department recommending that, given the growing service demand and a heavy workload placed on the available ambulance, there is an urgent need to allocate a budget for the procurement of an additional ambulance to ensure sustainable, reliable, and timely emergency response across the county. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to respond.
Statement seeker, is the response sufficient?
Asante sana Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, taarifa hii inaridhisha kwa sababu natoa uwazi wa mambo jinsi yalivyo katika hospitali ile ya Mwatate na mahangaiko ambayo wagonjwa wa kutoka eneo lile la Mwatate, ambayo ile ndio hospitali tunayotegemea katika wadi zote 5, mahangaiko anayopitia katika hospitali ile. Nagundua kwamba katika hospitali ile mara mingi nimekuwa pale, mgonjwa anahitaji huduma za ambulensi, lakini itamchukua hata siku 2 kupata hiyo huduma ili kuelekezwa mahali atapata usaidizi. Kwa hivyo napenda kuipongeza kamati kwa ukakamavu wao na kuleta ripoti hii ya kuridhisha na kuwaomba kuwa wafuatilie ili mgao uweze kuwekwa katika ununuzi wa ambulance nyingine mpya ili kuwezesha wananchi wa eneo lile la Mwatate kupata huduma stahiki ambayo ni haki yao ya kikatiba. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills.
Honorable members, you are reminded that the validation of indigents to benefit from the SHA initiative is ongoing in Committee Room 1, and members who are yet to validate the indigents from their wards are urged to do so. Honorable members, there's also a delegation from Tito Andei. So after the speakers Kamkunji, you're invited to sit down with them. Honorable members, there being no other business, the House stands adjourned until Wednesday, 5th November 2025 at 2:30 p.m.